year 4 was challenging and it could have broken us. What's up, peeps? It's Cece.
And it's Johnnie.
And welcome back to Cece's Jewel. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Like, comment, and share the video, y'all, okay? So today's topic, we're talking about our 4-year anniversary. Yes, Johnnie and I just celebrated 4 years. Yay! We really want to take the time to reflect on the year we've had. I think that's important as a couple, just to check in with each other and for you guys to see like how we've grown, like how to grow in your relationship if you've had struggles in the past year or anything like that, and moving past that.
A good thing that we agree that's like a part of healthy relationships is to build traditions together.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this
last night
how we have traditions and how that hasn't been as common, in our relationships as it is with the one we share with each other. And so a part of that is encouraging y'all to think about like reflecting on your relationships as a traditional thing. Like at least once a year around your anniversary.
Or like New Year.
Around the New Year, like as a time to talk about how was this year for you, and vice versa. And what can we do to build upon it so we can continue to keep each other happy and grow together.
So year 4 began, January was good. February, that's, usually when we celebrate our anniversary. And I think last year we celebrated our anniversary in Memphis. We were in Memphis for like a trip with our, friends. And then we came back and literally the week after that, everything shut down. So last year was tough for everyone. And I know some people are still going through it. Our prayers and our thoughts are with you guys. It really required me and Johnnie to, spend a lot of time together because we weren't spending time. It wasn't like a 24/7 all the time in your face in the same space. Like we both have our own jobs. Johnnie was still in school. So it wasn't like we were spending all day together. And I know that was difficult for some couples, and it just really made you realize in your relationship, like, okay, this works and this doesn't work for me. Let's talk about it.
Like our work schedules in the past have completely clashed with each other.
Yeah.
Like in my previous roles, I've had to do a lot of traveling in them. It'll be high time in her work where she's during a specific sports season where she has to travel a lot as well.
Yeah.
So when I would be back in town, she would be busy and vice versa. So that was a challenge. I think speaking on the pandemic, like we're all still dealing with that. Like I'm remote right now, professionally and academically. I haven't seen what the School of Education looks like.
Right.
Even though I've been almost a year into my PhD program, we haven't even seen it fully. I don't even know what my workspace looks like there as well. I've been literally in the crib this whole time.
Yeah.
So that can take a toll on people, like especially if you are an extroverted person and you like being out. And part of us coming home was to explore, be in Chicago and enjoy being in Chicago. So we really had to like account for that.
So when we got back, it was like we really couldn't do anything. I started my job as soon as we moved here, and I was working for about maybe 2.5 months before our governor decided no sports, we're just doing school. So I'm an athletic trainer, so that took out my job. Like I was still getting paid, thank the Lord, but I was not able to go to my school, and I was just here. So it was kind of like another lockdown for me and Johnnie. And this was right around the time where he took his winter break. So it was pretty much a little mini pandemic again, like a mini little quarantine. But I think this time we handled that a lot better than the first time. And then we created Cece's Jewel. So something good did come out of the pandemic. Something I've always wanted to do was start a YouTube channel. So I thought it was just the perfect time to do so. A lot of people started their business ventures. Johnnie started his business, and it really took off during this time. This is his shirt. Let me... Black Lives Matter. This is not out yet. This is limited edition. It's coming soon though. Year 4 started off with the pandemic. And then personal things happened on both ends. So we both went through family challenges that really could have just broken us as individuals. But just having him as a support system really helped, me get through that past year. It was hard enough with the pandemic, and then throwing everything on top of it. It was taking a toll on me mentally and physically, and we were just going through it. I feel like year 4 really solidified that this is my family. Right here, this is family. And being a part of each other's families. If I'm there, Johnny's also there, and vice versa.
And don't invite one of us without the other.
Because we're not showing up.
It's not going to happen.
We're not coming.
We'll see y'all at the next function.
Yeah.
I think that we work hard to be a very aware couple. So what was just happening just in the world was affecting us as Black people.
Yeah.
Right. And then seeing challenges come about in both of our families was affecting both of us at the same time. And so that support piece really has meant more than it could have this year for the both of us, and still is needed. The pandemic has really exposed the need to keep your mental health intact and to really focus on individual and collective healing, and that has been just an ongoing learning process for really the both of us, but just focusing on what does that look like as Johnnie, as Cece, and then what does that look like with us together as 2 separate processes, really 3, hers, mine, and then ours together, as different processes but mattering together. For me, that's been my focus, as to try to be a good partner, is to make sure that I'm not allowing any baggage or any mess that I'm responsible for on my own to impact her or impact our relationship. I think that both of those is important. For real, y'all, really think about there's your baggage, and then there's your relationship. It in itself is its own entity, and it brings about its own challenges by itself. In addition, it's not one thing, right? And you're responsible for your role in it.
I think it's important in a relationship to really be in charge of your mental health, because you don't want to put that burden on your partner and it affects your relationship. I think that's very important. From day 1, when Johnnie and I started dating, obviously you come to a relationship with your own baggage, and we kind of just figured out, okay, that's your stuff and I have my stuff, but you know what? We're going to heal on it, and then we're going to come together, and we're going to be a better couple for one another. Johnnie challenges me to be a better person every single day, and I feel like I do the same for you.
Cool.
So I think it's just important that you do that with your partner, making sure, okay, how is your mental health today? How are you feeling today? There's just times that I just have to check in with Johnnie, and I just think that's really important to do with your significant other, because you don't know what they're going through. Sometimes you'll just think oh, okay, well, they're not saying anything. I'm sure they're fine. But you have to check in with the partner, because there are some things that could, be messing with them, and you just have no idea. That's why communication is so important in a relationship. You also have to be able to trust the other person with the stuff you're dealing with, because if you don't trust them, why in the world would you tell them, As I trust Johnnie with my life, I tell him everything, and I just feel like it helps with what I'm going through, but I also just don't put that on him solely for him to figure out.
It's one thing to trust somebody, and it's another thing to trust them with your trauma.
Yes.
I think that's a whole nother level of trust that it requires proof. You have to show me that, 1, I can share that with you, right? And 2, I can trust you with that. I think that's pretty significant. Don't always think about the common ways things show up. When we talk about baggage, and when we talk about things that folks go through, tough challenges, especially as it relates to relationships, as you're navigating new relationships, it's easy for you to just look at, oh, okay, well, the common things, we're into it, we're arguing, fighting, etc., right? But it goes beyond that. Also look at just common ways of being, like just common practices. What are just common things that you do that can be rooted from the trauma or from your baggage itself, right? It can happen in very common things that can show up normally and
you don't even realize
realize it.
Yeah.
However, if you're not being critical about why you do things in a relationship or why you expect certain things in a relationship, those things can also be rooted in past relationship baggage as well. And it might not necessarily rock with your partner. It might not be the best thing for your relationship. That's a personal thing that I know that I'm like wrestling with. Like, what things do I just do, right, that I learned from other relationships that might not be effective or might not be healthy for this relationship.
You just have to recognize those things, when they come about. So
it's not just about fighting and getting into it. Everyone argues, debates, whatever. Like, that's common in communication. Yeah. Knowing how to talk through that.
That's what's important.
That's the skill. That is the blessing. Yeah. Like, you can really take a lot out of conflict if you know how to resolve it. That's where a lot of relationships fail, is conflict and then leaving it right there. Then you walk away, right?
You never resolve the truth.
You never really resolve or unpack it. You never do anything about it. But you just come together and move on as business is planned. And that's unhealthy. That's something that you have to grow out of. And then the resolution part, the way you resolve it, is something that you and your partner have to grow into at the same time.
Even though it's year 5, we're now in year 5. Mm-hmm. There's still stuff that Johnnie and I are growing from, just from our past. And just being able to work through that. I know at this point, what we've been through, we can get through anything together. Mm-hmm. As long as we're on the same page, it'll be fine. In my opinion, I think year 4 was life-changing for sure. Moving to a whole nother state, dealing with family challenges, him graduating, the pandemic, all of it combined. Year 4 was challenging and it could have broken us, but we stayed strong, we stayed together, and that's really the important thing. So I think year 4 was a growing year. It was a changing year, and I'm really looking forward to year 5 because hopefully at this time, I got my vaccine. We're working on this one getting his. Hopefully year 5, we can begin to look at some normalcy in our lives. And I just think it'll be the best year yet.
Going through a lot of transitions, right? That's what Cece just mentioned, like graduating, moving from state across
starting
state.
Starting
new job. Like, all of those things happening all at the same time. It's very complicated, just in your own life, right? But trying to do that with someone else, right? Cece and I have lived together, what, 4
years.
4? We've lived together
almost our entire relationship.
For the majority of our relationship.
Yep.
We've been in each other's space just like that, comfortably. And so us living together, like, has really taught us a lot about what we expect out of each other in our relationships. But it's complicated when you add all of those transitions into the picture. And that's a practice that I really think, I really am appreciative of, that we've had the opportunity to grow through, as we think about the next phases of our relationship and the next levels of our relationship. These are now things that I can think about effectively. Like, okay, yeah, I know that this is somebody that I can actually say we're a partner, we are a team in all levels of life. I encourage us as Black folks, as people in general, to think about partnership deeper, right? Just to have a deeper understanding of partnership, because when we say partners, like, we really mean that. Yeah. Some of us call each other partners, but we don't partner in all things.
Some people just want the title.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm. You just want the title of boyfriend and girlfriend, or even fiance, even husband and wife. But if you're not a team, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
And what's funny about that is Cece doesn't want the title of girlfriend because of our part. Because how deep our partnership is.
It's weird.
She was like, I'm more than that. I'm not just your
it.
girlfriend. I'm your lifelong partner.
And that's that.
And that's real, though. That's so real to me.
Yeah.
That really means, that's really facts, though. Like, boyfriend and girlfriend is, we did
It's cute.
that.
It's
right?
cute or whatever.
We
but
are no longer there. We
Yeah.
are at a deeper level of relationship with each other.
Yeah.
So we're asking deeper level questions as we grow together. I think healthy relationships should offer that.
Yeah.
The opportunity for you to ask deeper questions and for you to, have a deeper penetration into somebody's life.
Yeah.
That you are partnering with.
So what are you excited about for our year 5, which is wild to me. I can't believe it's already been 4 years. Like, that's crazy.
Us just continuing to deepen our bond. There's depths to that we haven't even reached yet.
Which is crazy.
Right. Because you would think, right? But I feel like there's
Right.
just so much more.
Yeah.
The more we know, learn each other and learn about the intimate details of each other. Just growing in that and strengthening our communication with each other and making sure that we, effectively do that verbally and non-verbally.
Mm-hmm.
That matters so much to me, that we are on the same page and in the know about each other and what's happening with each other. And that really requires effective communication. I'm excited about just supporting each other through our personal,
endeavors.
professional, academic endeavors. After this year, I only have, thank you Lord, 1 more year of coursework, and I can get to writing, so I can become Dr. Campbell. So I'm looking forward to, saying I don't have to take a class no more unless I just have a personal and intellectual interest in it. I look forward to every level that you're about to walk into, and the next level is for you. And as you're continuing to grind to become your best self, supporting you in that.
Yeah.
And just continuing to love each other and being happy, because after 2020, we've spent a lot of time being things other than happy because of what's been happening in the world. I'm looking forward to just using joy and happiness as our form of resistance to combat that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up our video today. We can't wait to see you in our next video. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell notification so you know when we post a new video. Like, comment, share with your friends, your family, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, everybody. Let them know Cece's Jewel is here. We here for y'all. We here to give the jewels.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see y'all next time. Next time. Next time.